Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Colin McGraw here. Literally just made my video of 10 reasons why you should move to Medellin, Colombia. Now I'm gonna be a little more pessimistic. 10 reasons why you should not move to Medellin, Colombia. And don't worry, I got my list right here, the handy list. And I just moved back from Medellin, guys. Was living there for 2 years. I had a great time, but there are some reasons why I moved back. So I'm about to go into it here. Let's go into it. 10 reasons why you should not move to Medellin, Colombia. Number 1, the women. Surprise alert, I know this was number 1 on the reasons why you should move to Medellin, but I think it's also a reason why you should not move to Medellin, Colombia. And I'll tell you why. The women over there are very flaky in Medellin. They are very, I can't tell you how many times I had a date set up and they canceled last minute, or they only really want to see you when it's like beneficial for them. So there's a lot of flakiness there. I would also say you need to be careful with the women there, because a lot of them are going to look at you just as an ATM. They're going to look at you as like, oh, this guy's going to pay for quite a bit for me. And yes, that is a huge advantage of being an American in Medellin, Colombia, but it's also a disadvantage too, because you're going to get quite a few women that are just with you for the money and the status rather than who you are. Number 2, unorganized. This is just a cultural thing, but Colombia is very unorganized in terms of any formal processes or anything like that. Just to give you an example, when I applied for my student visa, it took months. It took like half a year, to be honest, to get this student visa. It hit a point where I actually needed to leave the country, but I had overstayed my tourist visa. But I applied for the student visa 3 months ago, and just that's how slow they are in Medellin, Colombia. They're extremely slow. It's extremely annoying, and I got fined $300 trying to leave the country. The woman at the airport wouldn't even listen to me. She was just like, yeah, you overstayed, you're getting a fine. Couldn't even argue it. So that gets annoying, especially after coming from the States where everything's quite organized and fast. Things aren't like that in Colombia. Things are slower. Buses move at their own schedules. Like, it's just an unorganized country. So just got to roll with the punches. You get used to it, but just be aware of that when you're in Medellin. All right, guys, number 3, noise pollution. Noise pollution was actually a big thing in Medellin, and it's a primary reason was there's a lot of mopeds around. A lot of people have motos, so that's very, very loud in the streets. But not only that, every single day you're gonna have fruit salesmen. You're gonna be hearing aguacate, aguacate. Very cool cultural thing. It does wear on you though. It does get tiring. It's very loud. So noise pollution is a big deal there, especially for me, because I wanted to move out of Poblado, and Poblado is very, very nice, probably less noise pollution there. But when I wanted to move to more cultural places where you're more in the thick of things, it's louder. It's just louder. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Really mean a lot. You know what? Forget the subscribe button. That's too much work. Just go ahead and like this video. Even a little like of this video goes a long way towards helping me build my channel. So appreciate the support, guys. All right, let's keep going. Number 4, in addition to the noise pollution, how about we just talk about the regular pollution? With all these mopeds and motos, there's a lot of pollution. It didn't bother me a ton, but you notice it. You notice that it's not as fresh air or clean. And I think that's why I loved when it rained in Medellin, because it clears it out and it feels fresher again. But the next morning, you're just gonna see that pollution. So it's polluted there. Just get used to it. Number 5, food. Sorry guys, I know a lot of you wanted this on the pros list. Not for me. You can find some okay dishes, but it's the same stuff every single day. You're gonna get the rice, beans, ground beef, plantain, aguacate, avocado, and after a while you're kind of sick of it. And the international food is not great in Medellin. After 2 years, I found my staples of a pizza place, Italian place, a sushi place, but it's not great. It's just not great food. You know, I can't tell you, I never had any good Chinese in Colombia. So take it or leave it. I think Bogota is actually better for international food. Medellin, very, very bad. Number 6, a lack of cultural things to do. What do I mean by this? Medellin, like I said, it's a great city, but there's not much international music. No real comedy clubs. The museums are very subpar. Once you've seen it, that's kind of it. It's just very same old day to day with the food, the music, the people. I kind of describe it as like a basic city, but just, yeah, not very cultural. I think you can find other things to do besides the normal music, normal reggaeton, normal events in the city, but I think there is just a huge lack there. So after 2 years, I got tired of that. I was just like, all right, I'm ready to get back to something that I know more and some more cultural things to do. So I guess moving to New York City is going to be a little bit different. Number 7, it's dangerous. And let me be very, very clear about this. When I say it's dangerous, yeah, it's dangerous like a lot of other cities across the United States. You got to be careful. You got to be street smart. I would say a lot of the backpackers that are getting robbed are usually drunk people that are out just partying, having a good time, just being kind of dumb, and yeah, then a gun gets pulled on them and they get robbed. I was there for 2 years. I never had any problems. So let me be clear about that you can be completely fine in Medellin, but there is a concern as well. I think you need to be street smart, just kind of be aware of your surroundings. But I would say one thing that's kind of uncomfortable, it's kind of like with the girls thing, had people look at you for money a little bit. That's the reason you're a target more in Medellin, Colombia. And I'll say you also get scammed. That just happens. You know, I definitely argued with taxi drivers, make sure you put the meter on. So there definitely were times I was getting scammed over food or stuff. That comes with the territory. It's still not much money, but you just gotta be a little more careful with it. Good tip there is if you know some Spanish and if you know a little bit of the accent. So I learned my Spanish in Medellin. Usually they pick up on that pretty quickly, and that helps a lot. So just be careful. Number 8, this is probably more of a personal one, but there are no American sports in Medellin. Like, what I mean by that is there's just no football on television. Oh my God, these straps are driving me nuts. No American football on television, no basketball, no hockey. You could find it in places because there is a expat community in Medellin, but it's not the same. Like, I went to an Irish pub in Medellin for Thanksgiving, and you're gonna see some of that sex tourism, just like older guys with younger women. And I was like, all right, I'm enjoying the American football on the television, but I don't enjoy this scene at all. Number 9, guys, the stereotypes of, you probably, if you know very little about Colombia, you know very little about Medellin, what you probably do know is cocaine, the story of Pablo Escobar, and prostitutes. I really didn't like the sex tourism of Medellin. Just going on the women type of thing, how they look at you for your wallet. There's a lot of women there that were just kind of gold diggers, but prostitutes was a big part of it as well, because a lot of backpackers just come over and just want to get these unbelievable hot prostitutes, and cocaine's a big thing. So I just didn't like that. I didn't move to Medellin for any of those reasons. I think Medellin's an unbelievable city, but for a lot of other reasons. The music, the people are friendly, but these negative stereotypes do come with the territory. And I realized after a long time living in Medellin, Colombia, I couldn't even relate to the backpackers anymore, because so many were there just to party and the drug scene, and I was like, all right, I just don't want anything to do with this. And number 10, guys, this is the last one of the list, and I don't think it's very commonly talked about, but dogs. I think that's a reason you don't move to Medellin. And what I mean by that is dogs are very untrained in Medellin, Colombia. People don't really have a good handle of their dogs. They're always barking, always just like kind of out of control. And there's just, the people just like, they just let it go. They let them yap and just bark and run across the street. And it's like, get a control of your dog. Not only that, you're gonna see a lot of stray dogs when you get to the more rural cities, rural towns. That was a little tiring as well. So I've never appreciated how well behaved dogs are in America. after living 2 years in Medellin, Colombia. So just be aware of that. But that's it, guys. I mean, look, Medellin is a great city. I think there are quite a few reasons, though, why you should not move there. Things that'll wear on you. Great experience. Go do it for a month. If you're thinking about it, go try it out for a month. Don't commit to anything. See if you like it. And if you want to stay longer, you can. Go ahead and try it. You get 3 months in the country on a tourist visa, tourist stamp. No problem. Go give it a go. But there are some reasons that it will grow tiring and you'll miss the states or the country that you come from. So those are my thoughts. I'm not trying to be too negative. I'm just trying to give you guys the information you need to decide to move to Medellin or not. Guys, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. You know what? That's too much pressure. I don't want to put that on you. Just like the video. I'm just trying to build my channel here slowly and smoothly, and everything helps. So like the video, subscribe if you want. Let's keep going.